So, do you guys remember, hopefully you do remember, they were two of the last videos I posted, when I met up with my friends Daniel and then Corbin and Amy because they had both gone on this like insane pick of a hoarder house that was stuffed with video games. I met up with both of them on consecutive days and actually ended up buying pretty much everything. In fact, it's still all here in my office. I'll just show you guys. So here's a good chunk of the games that I bought from Daniel. I actually already sorted out the ones that are just gonna be used as trade-in from this pile. Then the stuff that I got from Corbin and Amy is kind of spread all over the rest of the office. We got a good amount of stuff in here. Then 3 solid IKEA bags worth of games down here. Then all the rest, including most of the sealed stuff, in this bad boy right here. But why am I telling you guys all this?
I don't know.
Well, because today I'm going to meet up with a third person who was at that video game pick to hopefully buy a bunch more inventory from him. But the thing is, this is someone that I have never actually done business with before. I'm not sure how friendly he's going to be with recording. I'm gonna do some if I can. If not, I'll catch up with you guys afterwards and fill you in.
Yeah.
So how long total have you like been in business?
About 6 years.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What did you do before that? Were you in school?
I was a student at UK and I worked in the horse industry.
Okay, my wife actually rode horses all through like early college. So I'll tell you the way that I did it with Corbin and Amy was basically, because they had a decent amount of sealed stuff too, I ended up buying some from them. They were kind of in a similar position of like, we can list this stuff on eBay. Some of it, the kind of sealed stuff that I might be able to buy at a rate that's not too far off probably of what you could get after fees and shipping on eBay is either if it like just sells better on Amazon, or if I have some interest in grading it, I'm usually willing to pay up for those too.
And that's kind of what I thought we'd be at.
And then the non-sealed stuff, what I did with them was I pretty much just went through and calculated by stack
that's kind of
what I
was
can
thinking
pay,
we would do too.
rather than like going onesie twosie and you can just kind of give me the thumbs up or thumbs down. And
That's how I'm cool with, yeah. This is the box that I'm contemplating grading here.
And if you're looking for feedback on that, I'm happy to
Yeah,
let
there's one or two I was gonna add.
Okay.
Yeah, one, okay. Here's an interesting one. Is this resealed? It looks like it's been cut. The Y-fold versus the shrink wrap.
Anytime there's like a line straight down the middle here.
That's what I thought. It looked like someone just opened and cut it.
Yeah. And it's interesting, yeah, Corbin and Amy had some of these as well. And I think what it is, like, I don't get the sense that this collector probably was resealing them. He probably just, yeah, bought it from a game store, that this was just their policy with used games. They just wrap it up like anti-theft, something like that. Oh man, Silent Hill, $9.99. That's amazing.
I know, I've had that one on eBay.
Ooh, God Hand, that's an expensive one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Resident Evil and Black Label Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah.
I don't think this is super uncommon. This one might be one. Did you look up sealed prices on this?
Yeah, the sealed price is pretty good. They're
on
over
the
200.
Black Label. Oh, okay. Yeah. And then you said these sealed guys over here, these are already on eBay as well?
Yeah, the first 2 piles.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, I can tell you what I've listed them at and take 25% off on this.
Sure. Okay. It's nice to see on a lot of these, it doesn't seem like there are a lot of tears or anything.
The boxes were, what were those boxes used for? They were for like cords of paper boxes.
Oh, yeah.
So they literally fit in perfectly.
Wow.
So the Suffering, let me just double check this one. That was one I pulled because there's only one sealed that is sold. And it's sold for 200.
And the Blood Rain 2, I only found a couple solds at like 31 and 37 on Amazon. I think I could get it to go for a bit more. So if you wanted to do like 24, I don't know if that's worth it for you. But on this guy, what number would you be happy with?
The Suffering 150.
I can do 150. Get the ball rolling a little bit.
All right.
Cool. I'll start running some calculations on these stacks over here. Okay, so this first stack, the best stuff that I found was probably the Time Splitters games. Decent amount of like filler titles here. For this I could be at 95. And this was pretty much exactly what it was like with Corbin and Amy. He'd just be like, okay, is there anything I'm missing in there? No, okay.
100?
Sure, I'll do 100 for you. Yeah, so this one really only has 3. This one, and then the other, this one that are worth more than like a couple bucks. So I could give almost as much just for these as for, I don't know how many like low stuff you're looking to keep, because like for the whole stack I could still probably only be at like 60.
And then those.
And then these
like,
I'd still be at like
yeah, the Route 66
like 45. You know.
Right. They show. Like,
so it's totally up to you.
So like 110 for the stack.
Sorry, what I was saying
two
is
stacks together.
So what I was saying is, like, for this, I could be at 60. For these, I could be at 45. Because these are all, like, pretty much dollar games.
I'd buy that for $1.
But if you'd rather just, you know, trade them or whatever, that's totally fine. I know that's, you know, for this stack, that's pretty low.
You 70 for the stack?
For you, yeah.
I would say that's all that.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that that whole box is empty by the end of this.
Well, I would love to oblige. This is another one that I can do okay with on Amazon. I could be at like 25 for Path of Neo.
Sealeds have sold from 50 to 65.
You're going 50 to 65.
Yeah, so it's $50 to 65.
How about 35?
Okay.
Better. Alright folks, well here is the final sealed games stack here, coming away with quite a few. Total damage ended up being $2,000. I'll break it down for you when we get back. Whew, man folks, it is raining, but my spirits are still sky high. Spent about 3 hours in there. Again, $2,000.
I love gold.
Definitely longer than I really anticipated, but it's a really solid lot, as I'm going to show you guys later. We'll probably end up grading a decent number of games in there. Maybe I'll try to sort it and let you guys know, but right now, I gotta get some food in me, because I definitely skipped lunch.
Get in my belly!
But it's just great to make more connections with local resellers that have potential to do large deals again in the future, because the reality is, for all of us, we're not going to be able to get to every killer deal in a city, and when you know people who are in the same industry but not necessarily the same niche as you, it can provide, as we've seen, this is the 3rd example in the span of like a week for me, it can provide significant revenue if you can build those relationships well. Anyways, time to treat myself to some little Chipotle.
Chipotle is my life.
Then we'll get back and check this stuff out. Well folks, in case anyone was wondering, this is what $2,000 of sealed and unsealed PlayStation 2 games looks like when it is stacked neatly on a desk. So far, I have not sorted these into the ones that are worth selling individually and the ones that I'm just going to end up bulk selling to a video game store. But I did go ahead and sort the sealed ones just from like sort of a gut instinct. I didn't actually check prices and stuff on these into the stack that I believe has high grading potential and the stack that is likely to not really be worth grading. I wanted to show you guys this because I think it is somewhat instructive of my thought process when considering what is and isn't worth sending in, because what you'll notice about almost all of these games is that they are either from iconic franchises, for example, Harry Potter Quidditch World Cup. Tons of folks just love Harry Potter and I think are really nostalgic for games and movies and books related to him.
I'm Harry.
Or like in the example of Area 51, a whole lot of people probably don't know about that franchise of games, but in sealed condition it goes for north of $50 and is definitely well loved by many who have played grade it. So that's why that kind of a title made it into the stack. And then there are some like Halo 2, which both go for a decent amount in sealed condition. Those are the titles that I think have the highest grading potential. So I did want to give you guys a quick glance at some of these titles just to hopefully get an idea of the kind of things that are going in each pile. Some of these may end up shifting from pile to pile depending on when I go back and look up prices again, how much they end up being worth. But hopefully if any of you guys are considering grading games in the future, that will be somewhat helpful to you. Wanted to give a big shout out to Nick for hooking me up with this deal. And if any of you guys at home have large collections that you are looking to sell, I tend to offer about 40% of price charting value for large collections if you have it all price charted, and I can do a little bit better if a lot of what you're selling is sealed. I am going to post all the titles here that are worth looking for at like video game stores and pawn shops in the Discord as I usually do, as well as some more specific criteria for what I look for in a gradable game. So if you guys are interested in a community of video game resellers, that will be linked below. It's a monthly subscription, which also now features live Q&A sessions in video form of questions that Discord members have that are accessible. Live video Q&A sessions that are dropping in the Discord twice a month based on questions that people ask me in the Discord. And finally, I kind of feel like ending out this video with a random thought.
Do you have a thought in your mind? Do you wanna hear mine? Here it goes.
So I want to end today's video with a thought on leadership. I hope I'm not flattering myself too much by presuming that I know something about leadership, but I do think that anybody with a social media following is a leader in some sense. And the reason I'm chewing on this is at the time of filming this video, it's been about a week since I posted my response to criticism video, and I've been chewing a lot on the idea of how YouTubers or leaders in general should respond when criticized. And of course, the broad answer is, I don't know, I'm figuring it out as I go, but here's the little nugget that I'd like to share with you guys. I think that as a leader or a YouTuber, there's a time for self-assurance. There's a time for when other people are talking smack, they're dragging you down, whatever. You put your blinders on, you keep your eyes focused on your goal, focused on your reason for doing everything, and you shut everything else out. That kind of determination, that kind of self-assurance is necessary for someone who's going to get a lot done in the long run. But assuming that you're also a flawed person like me who is prone to make mistakes, there's also a time for self-reflection. And if you're going to lead with humility, you have to be willing to take a step back and analyze yourself and ask yourself the hard questions of your own motivations and the rightness of your positions. And what I've come to realize is that wisdom lies in understanding the difference between situations that call for self-assurance and situations that call for self-reflection.
And that was a random thought with Phoenix.
Anyways, folks, that's enough out of me for today. Thank you so much as always for watching, and until next time, I will catch you guys on the flip.